Everyone on Station Seraph 9 knew one rule very clearly. Do not sit near the Crimson Woman. People whispered this every night, like a warning they were afraid to forget. Some said she was half vampire, half alien. Others said she survived by taking life energy from anyone who got too close. Whatever the truth was, the message stayed the same. Stay away from her. Evan Hale, a simple human technician, had heard the stories many times, but he didn't believe most of them. He thought they were just space rumors made to scare new workers. So that night, he sat alone in the cafeteria, eating his late dinner and reading a digital manual for broken oxygen pumps. Then everything changed. The doors opened with a soft hiss, and she walked in. Lissa Varin, the Crimson Woman. Her skin had a smooth silver glow, like moonlight on metal. Her eyes were deep red, not angry, just tired. Her long dark hair moved slightly as if a slow wind followed her everywhere. Everyone in the room froze. A group of engineers stood up. A cook dropped a tray. Even the guards looked away. No one spoke. No one breathed loudly. Everyone expected her to walk to a corner and sit alone, far away from every living soul. But she didn't. Her eyes moved across the cafeteria, and then locked onto one person. Evan. Before he understood what was happening, Lissa started walking toward him. Each step felt heavy to the workers around her, like the air itself became colder. Evan looked up, confused, a spoon halfway to his mouth. She stopped in front of his table. Every person watched with wide eyes. Someone whispered, "Why him? Humans don't survive her presence." Evan swallowed, unsure what to do. Then Lissa spoke, her voice soft and clear. "May I sit here?" Her words shocked the whole room. The cafeteria felt like a vacuum. Silent, tense, waiting to see if Evan would die or faint or run. But he didn't do any of those. He simply nodded. Lissa sat across from him, calm and elegant, as if sitting with a human was the most normal thing in the galaxy. The lights above them flickered, creating a faint red shimmer on her face. Evan felt something strange, not fear, but curiosity. She looked dangerous, yes, but also sad, like someone who had carried weight for a long, long time. For a moment, she said nothing. She only watched him, her eyes glowing softly. Then she asked a question that made Evan forget how to breathe. "You are not afraid of me. Why?" He opened his mouth, but before he could answer, a high-pitched warning tone beeped on several devices around the room. Workers looked down at their scanners. Their faces turned pale. Her energy signature had triggered a royal-level tracker alert. Everyone stepped back. Everyone except Evan. He didn't move. Lissa noticed this and whispered, almost to herself, "You are different. That is why I chose you." And that was the moment everything truly began. The warning alarms kept blinking across the cafeteria screens, small red symbols moving fast, showing one thing clearly. Lissa Varin had been found. People began backing away from her table. Some hid behind chairs. Others whispered in fear. Evan looked around, confused, not understanding why everyone suddenly looked terrified. Lissa's eyes lowered. She knew exactly what the alarm meant. Her hunters were close. She stood slowly, her movement controlled, graceful, but Evan could see the fear hiding behind her calm face. He also stood up. "Lissa, what's happening?" She stared at him for a long second, as if deciding whether she should speak the truth. Then she sighed, a soft cold sound. "You should not be near me anymore," she said. "It is dangerous." But Evan shook his head. "You chose to sit with me. Why?" Lissa looked away, her voice almost a whisper. "Because you are warm." He blinked. "Warm?" "Your energy," she said. "It is different from others. It does not burn me. It does not poison me. It feels safe." Evan didn't understand, but he could tell she wasn't lying. He waited for her to continue. She did. "I belong to a bloodline called the Crimson Line," she said. "Long ago, our bodies learned to survive on life energy. Because of this, our emotions became dangerous. Our power became dangerous. Only one partner can stabilize us." Evan swallowed. "A partner?" She nodded, slowly. "A bondmate. Someone whose presence calms our energy. Without such a bond, our power becomes unstable and deadly." Evan felt a chill. So, you never bonded with someone. Lissa closed her eyes. Pain flashed across her face. I refuse. Why? She hesitated, then spoke softly, like revealing a wound she had kept hidden for years. The man chosen for me was cruel, a vampire lord. He wanted power, not me. When I refused a ritual, my own people mocked me as a traitor. They said I must be taken back, dead or alive. Evan stared at her, shocked. Your own people want to kill you. Not kill me, she whispered. Use me, my energy, my abilities. And if I break, replace me. The cafeteria lights dimmed. Heavy footsteps echoed from the hallway. Lissa turned toward the sound. Her red eyes glowed brighter, sharper. It is too late, she said. Hunter drones entered the cafeteria, scanning the room. Workers ducked under tables, covering their heads. One drone pointed at Lissa and released a sharp metallic sound. Target locked. Lissa grabbed Evan's wrist. Her touch was cold but steady. Evan, listen to me. When I sat with you, they sensed a change in my energy. They will believe you are part of my bond now. Bond? Evan repeated, stunned. Yes, she said urgently. And that means... The drone shot a beam that sliced through a nearby table. Lissa pulled Evan behind cover just in time. Her voice trembled for the first time. Evan, they will come for you too. The beam from the drone burned through metal like it was paper. Smoke filled the cafeteria. People screamed and ran in every direction. Evan coughed, covering his face, but Lissa pulled him up with surprising strength. We must move, she said sharply. Now! Evan had worked on the station for years, but he had never seen drones fire inside a public area. This was no arrest. This was a capture mission, violent, immediate, and meant to end fast. Lissa dragged him toward a side exit, but two more drones dropped from the ceiling, blocking their path. Their red scanners focused on Evan this time. Target, human bond candidate. Order, remove. Evan froze. Remove? What does that mean? Lissa didn't answer. She already knew. She grabbed a metal tray from the floor and threw it at full speed. The tray hit the first drone, bending its scanner. Sparks flew. But the second drone fired again. A beam of red energy shot toward Evan. Lissa jumped in front of him. Her body absorbed the beam like a shield, but the force pushed her back. She stumbled, her breathing heavy. Evan caught her before she fell. You're hurt, he said. No, she whispered, though her voice shook. I only need your hand. He didn't understand, but he held her hand tightly. Immediately, a soft glow formed between their palms, a warm white light that spread through her body. Her damaged skin healed. Her eyes brightened again. Evan stared. I helped you heal. You stabilize me, she said. Without you, my strength burns out. With you, it returns. He didn't even get a chance to react. Another explosion ripped through the wall behind them. Elite hunters entered, tall, armored, silver masks glowing with red lines. They moved like shadows, silent and deadly. One of them pointed at Evan. The human must be neutralized first. Evan's pulse spiked. Neutralized? Why me? I didn't do anything. You exist, the hunter replied coldly. That is enough. Lissa stepped in front of Evan again, her hair lifting with rising energy. If you touch him, you will regret it. The hunters didn't stop. They chased the two of them down the corridor, through metal tunnels, past flickering lights and abandoned storage rooms. Every step echoed with danger. Every corner showed another drone or hunter closing in. Evan breathed hard, terrified, but he didn't let go of her hand. Their path led into the dark sectors, old, unused parts of the station with low oxygen and broken gravity panels. Metal plates floated in midair. Lights blinked weakly. The air felt cold and thin. Evan's voice trembled. Why here? Lissa answered, because they hate the dark. Their scanners fail. We have a chance here. The hunters followed, but slower now. Their scan flickered. Lissa grabbed Evan's shoulders. Listen to me. You should leave. You can hide. You can survive. Evan shook his head instantly. No. You sat with me. You saved me. I'm not leaving you. Lissa stared at him, shocked, as if no one had ever said those words to her before. Behind them, metal footsteps grew louder. The hunters had found them again. Lissa whispered, "Then we fight together." The dark sector was shaking now. Loose metal panels drifted in zero gravity. Red emergency lights flashed through the narrow corridor like slow lightning. Evan and Lissa stood side by side, breathing hard, watching the shadows move. The hunters were closing in. Their footsteps echoed, slow, confident, certain. Lissa tightened her grip on Evan's hand. "Stay behind me." But Evan shook his head. "No, I stay with you." Lissa looked at him for a long moment. Her red eyes softened. Something warm, something new. No one had ever stood with her before. No one had ever chosen her, not even her own people. Then the air shifted, heavy and cold. A tall figure entered the corridor, the vampire lord, the man Lissa once refused to bond with. His armor was dark silver, glowing with angry red veins of energy. His eyes were sharper, colder, hungry for power. "Lissa Varin," he said, voice deep and echoing. "Your escape ends tonight." Lissa stepped in front of Evan. "I will not return with you." "You refuse your role," the Lord growled. "You refuse me." "But that human," he pointed at Evan with a clawed finger. "He is not worthy of you. He weakens our bloodline." Evan almost laughed. "Buddy, I didn't ask for this." But Lissa moved closer to Evan instead. Her voice was firm. "He gives me strength you never could." The Lord's expression changed. First surprise, then fury. Humans are prey. They cannot bond with crimson ones. It is forbidden. Lissa stood tall. "Then your rule is broken tonight." The Lord lifted his hand. Energy crackled around his fingers like burning red lightning. The hunter stepped aside as he prepared to strike. "Step away from the human," he commanded. Lissa didn't move. So the Lord attacked. A massive energy wave shot toward them. Evan reacted without thinking. He stepped forward, pushing Lissa behind him. The wave hit him. Or it should have. Instead, something impossible happened. The moment the energy touched Evan, a white explosion of light burst from his chest. Pure, bright, powerful. It spread around both of them like a shield, throwing the vampire lord backward. Even the hunters stumbled, their armor sparking. Lissa gasped. "Evan, your energy awakened." Evan stared at his hands, glowing softly. "I don't know what I did." "You protected me," she said. "That is the bond. You completed it." The Lord stood up, shocked and furious. "This cannot be. A human does not have that power." Lissa stepped forward, her voice calm and strong. "Here's what you never had, a heart." Her energy rose, mixing with Evan's white glow. Together, their combined power created a shockwave that blasted through the corridor. The hunters fell. The Lord collapsed, defeated but alive. Moments later, station guard and council members arrived. They had seen everything, the attack, the bond, the power. An elder counselor spoke softly. "The old rule is broken. Humans can bond with crimson ones." Another added, "This human saved her, and all of us." Lissa turned to Evan. For the first time, she smiled, a real, gentle smile. "You were not afraid of me," she said quietly. "And now, I am not afraid of myself." Evan laughed softly. "So what now?" Lissa looked around the broken corridor, the fading red lights, then back at him. "Now," she said, "we walk forward together." And that was a night the universe rewrote one of its oldest rules. A human and a vampire were stronger, together,